Hey everybody, I wanted to come to you today. There I am. I wanted to come to you today because I felt inclined to really reach out to you live and to be here with you in these times of change. And also, what caught my attention was my beautiful Oracle deck, the Mary Magdalene Miracle, in which I wanted to see if we can find some inspiration. So, I don't know about you, but I've been feeling like chicken without a head lately. And it's been feeling like I'm not sure what's up, what's down. There's all these thoughts going on in my head, and I start doing one thing, then I start doing another thing. If you're feeling that same way, I can absolutely relate. I feel you, I see you, and you're not alone. I'm definitely in this with you. So, what I wanted to do today was to reach in a little bit deeper, see if we can together catch yourself in that moment of just kind of running forward into creating more, making more, doing more, thinking more, and instead reaching deep into our meditative space and together see if we can find a way to take a few deep breaths and also just connect with the oracle card. So here they are, and I'm just going to pick one, and it looks like this. I have not bound anything. The soul, I am free. How appropriate. Why is everything so perfect, right? So this, I think, is absolutely appropriate for us. And as you see it, as I see it, that's exactly the message that we needed today, right? We're not bound by our thoughts. We're not bound by our actions. We're not bound by this world. We're not bound by our emotions, our relationships, anything. Like, we're completely free. We are the soul. And I will read to you from this book that was produced by Meggan Watterson, which is really, really beautiful. And she did an amazing job here, I say. And yeah, it's just incredible. So she did a lot of research about Mary Magdalene and about the fact that she is a prophet. She is Jesus Christ's partner. She is definitely not, or was not, a prostitute, as the church has been saying for a very long time. In fact, they came out publicly in 1969 and apologized for that fact because, in fact, she was the first apostle and she had so much knowledge, so much wisdom, and she has essentially her own gospel, her own teachings of self-realization and love. So with that background, let's read from this book. The soul, I am free. Deep breath. Isn't that what we started saying here? Even in the midst of the worst that can unfold us, the soul whispers, wow, how can I get this right? There we go. I am free. It seems so strange that something so infinitely powerful could be accessible, visceral even, right here in the body. It seems so strange that something so otherworldly could be reached with an act that seems so entirely commonplace and mundane. Deep breath. With the intention, the consciousness of a single deep breath, we can detach from the ego and all its 7 powers. With one intentional deep breath, we can return to the heart, to the vast expanse of what's possible, to the limitless realm of the soul. In Mary's Gospel, the soul explains, I've been bound, but I have not bound anything, right? So the soul has been tied down, but the soul never ties anything, right? The soul has been bound by the 7 powers of the ego, but the soul does not bind anything or anyone in return. The soul and essence of who we are will be judged throughout our lifetime by both our own ego and the egoic patterns of others, even our loved ones. The soul will be judged and bound, but the soul doesn't judge or bind others in retaliation. The soul is free, and it knows it. The soul says about the 7 egoic powers, They did not recognize me, but I have recognized that the universe is to be dissolved, both the things of earth and those of heaven. So the 7 powers of the ego is also in this deck. These are the things that are bounding us to the ego, right? Like um, the things that are tying us away from the soul and into the ego. The ego can't see or recognize the soul, but the soul can see through all dualities. All of those opposites that rule the ego, like day and night, light and dark, heaven and earth, the soul embraces as a unified whole. The soul is not bound to the egoic desires of what being here on earth might bring, nor is it bound to the egoic desires of what heaven might contain. The soul is content to simply be here now. The soul releases both heaven and earth to exist nowhere else but in the present moment. Deep breath. Even in the midst of the worst that can unfold for us, the soul whispers, I am free. How beautiful that we started out this session live with talking about how we can feel stressed, how we can feel like we're not connected. And when we pull this card, we get such a beautiful message back that tells us that we're free. Just one single breath can bring us back into that soul. There was one thing here that I wanted to come back to that I thought was really beautiful. When it says, with one intentional deep breath, we can return to the heart, to the vast expanse of what's possible, to the limitless realm of the soul. So instead of being in our head, instead of being in our brain, we're not even in our body when we take one deep breath and just deeply, deeply connect to our soul. Isn't that just beautiful? Also, if you want to, there's a meditation prompt here. You can sit down with this thought, and there's a soul voice meditation prompt that goes like this. What does it feel like to repeat inside of the heart, I am free? I think that's so absolutely beautiful. I don't know how to more deeply connect to who we are than to realize our limitless, free spirit, our soul that's never binding anything, that's just completely leaving everything open, that's indifferent to everything that's going on, and just is here with us, for us, and it's just one simple, single breath away. With that, I hope you got some silence and calmness and peace into your system so that you can go on throughout your day and just be completely happy sitting in that. I will be back shortly. Lots of love.